Why don't we go down the list and everybody introduce themselves and who they're playing?
My name is Eric. I'll be playing Connor today.
Hey everyone, I'm Corey. I will be playing Aaron.
Hey everybody, I'm Josh, and I'm going to be playing Dottie.
Hello, David, and I'm going to be playing Jackson. Not quite from Boston, but close by.
Okay, and I, of course, am Tyler. I am the GM. I am also the GM and host of What Comes After podcast. This story is taking place after the first campaign, which is in progress right now. Approximately 44 years in the future, which puts it about just shy of 50 years after the ends.
What was the main city that you said that was kind of in the area again?
So, Boston is completely destroyed, and to the point where at no point in the future will it really ever be able to be built on or anything, because when they started building Boston, they just said, "Oh, there's a harbor here, but we want to use that as land, so we're just gonna fill it in." And essentially, the harbor has reclaimed everything for the most part, and probably more. Not to mention the fact that all the really big buildings are completely torn down at this point. So yeah, Plymouth is the capital, quote unquote, if you could call it that. Mendon is sort of a trade hub, more or less, is the best way to put it. Real quick, Shard, just make sure you edit your sheet to change the name from Jackson Clone 1 to just Jackson. Just looks a little bit cleaner.
Ahead of you, I think it's fixed. You just got
okay. I just got to refresh. Yeah. All right. Let's see. That's that one.
For all that conversation, was I still cutting out?
No,
you're fine.
Okay.
I think somebody's sheet mentions Hampton by mistake. It should be Salisbury.
Yeah, that's mine. I figured that's what it meant.
Yeah, I had changed it mid writing, and I wasn't sure if I went back and got everything or not. So,
yep, that's all right. I noticed it, and I figured it was Salisbury, considering the bent of the game.
All right, Corey, we got you?
Yep, I'm here. Hey, everybody.
Okay.
Hey.
So any other questions before we get started?
You said that we're going to be starting just outside of Holden, right? Or Mendon?
Like a day or so's travel on foot.
Yep.
And
where on the real map is Mendon? Just roughly.
Middle of the state.
Well, it's more or less. Rhode Island's kind of does a right angle corner, and it's in that general area. Actually, no, I'm sorry. It's north of the current Rhode Island border.
Yeah.
About center of the border.
You said Salisbury?
Border. Salisbury is where you're coming from, yeah.
And how do we know each other?
So you've been traveling for the last couple of days. I didn't really. I sort of planned for it to be that you guys didn't really know. A couple of you may have known each other in passing, but that's about the extent of it.
I would assume that I don't really know anybody. I'm just joining up to the caravan job.
Salisbury to Mendon is quite the trek. I was not looking anywhere. I finally just had to type it into Google Maps because it wasn't anywhere near where I was looking.
Pull it up.
I was looking around Mendon because I was thinking, walking speed. It's probably going to be
Yeah, it's a few days away walking. It's probably, I don't know, hour and a half almost or so to get there by car.
Yeah, it says it's a 24-hour walk. And that's by,
Huh.
not worried about, things attacking you in the
Right.
Salisbury currently is there's some beaches up there. It's in Hampton Beach is just over the other side in New Hampshire. Current day, that is.
Yeah, all these places. It's like, oh, I recognize like the Hamptons. I just never really thought about where it was.
Well, no, Hampton, New Hampshire, not Hampton.
Yeah, not the Hamptons.
Is that not the same thing? All right, well then there we go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't tell someone from the Hamptons that they're from Hampton Beach.
The Hamptons are the cushy New York beach towns. Hampton Beach is anybody from north of Boston. That's their beach town.
Uh-huh.
Is that where we're headed? Hampton Beach?
No, you are coming from that rough area and heading southwest towards Mendon.
It's a long hike.
Assume after reading the short blurb about it, 95, 128, that's all gone. 495. None of that stuff exists, right?
In
Bits-
spots,
Yeah, bits and pieces of it exist.
Okay.
but the reality is, even the spots that probably exist are the spots that are still covered with like cars.
Yeah.
Right.
I did for some reason. Whenever I've heard the Hamptons, I never thought they were in New York proper. I always assumed they were in like country.
Mhm.
Yeah,
They're on Long Island. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
way out on Long Island.
yeah. I would assume kind of the middle of nowhere. Yeah, like a beach. Clearly, not interesting.
Mhm.
Anyways, I don't want to. Yeah, it's 7 now, so you want to. Yeah, this is all new geography for me. Yeah,
That's all right.
That's all right. And I mean, it's very I'm not being very exacting with it, especially now. 50 something years or 40 something years later, things have changed a lot.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
that reminds me. When did the end happen again?
1983.
Yeah, 1983, approximately 49 years ago.
Okay, so like any sort of technology that we find that's old technology is 80s technology.
Correct.
At best. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, it's good that I remembered to ask that because I was definitely like thinking of like pop culture things to mention. Being that Dottie is
We-
not so yeah.
We established in the timeline that the end happened after Return of the Jedi. So that those your pop culture references pretty much end with Return of the Jedi.
Getting a lightsaber then.
One other thing I wanted to mention. Holden is with you. He does not use that character sheet since he's an NPC. He is pretty much just a regular, Joe Schmo. He doesn't have any sort of abilities, just so you know.
Just part of the caravan.
Yeah.
Hey, just
And
some
they're-
guy.
So, a lot of you have been traveling for about 3.5 days. It is the four of you. Actually, I should have done this first. The group is part of a small caravan's probably a strong word. There's only one cart, but beyond the four of you, there are 3 people traveling. Holden, who is the representative from Mendon, who is traveling back from a conference that was held in Salisbury. That is sort of like a planning committee for a 50th anniversary remembrance ceremony, celebration of, how hard everybody's lived it in the past 50 years. It's late summer at this point, so they're sort of finishing up with the preparations as it will occur in mid-June of next year. But as I said, you guys are traveling. It's been about 3.5 days, and you're coming up on a inn that is Jackson specifically. You would know that this inn is sort of the spot to stop between these two towns, or really anywhere coming into Mendon, because it's basically by foot. It's about a day's travel to the city, just shy of a day, really.
Yeah, and well, they got the best beer. I mean, from anywhere around. The rest of it's just piss.
No, as you guys sort of come around the bends in the road, the inn is on a bit of a hill, and you can see some smoke rising on the horizon from the direction of Mendon. And as you begin to get even closer to the inn, there are approximately 12 figures shambling down the road towards the inn and towards you.
Hey, anybody else see these guys? Looks this is a little freaky. There's something wrong with them?
We might have bandits. Everyone be on your guard.
Maybe it wasn't such a good choice to come here. Fuck.
Connor's gonna take a peek around, and see if he can get a better eye on them.
Okay, sure. Why don't you give me I'd say this is probably a easy perception check.
Okay.
I should note that the other two of the travelers with you they're basically simple farmers or merchants.
Okay, so an easy check.
Yep, easy perception.
This open
Failure
up.
or triumph.
That's an interesting result.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're kind of distracted by what's going on farther in your field of view, and as you sort of focus on what's beyond this group shambling down the road, you're pretty sure this is what your triumph is going to be. You think Mendon might be being attacked right now.
What sort of
bandits will
signs do
be
we
coming
see?
down the road, right?
There are. I'm sorry. What was the question?
That was more in character. It's like so bandits wouldn't just be coming down the road to us. I mean, wouldn't they, ambush in some way?
I mean, that's what I would do if I was trying to take someone's shit.
Looks like Mendon is under attack.
Oh,
Under attack.
shit!
think
They're
it's a-
trying to sack Mendon. Those boys better be no. What are we gonna do? We gonna help them out, or are we gonna run away? I mean, running away is not such a bad idea, but I mean,
this
Mendon
point-
is nice.
At this point, Holden steps up and what's going on?
It appears your town is being attacked.
And if I had to guess, these are probably survivors that are, like injured coming from the town, based on it being attacked.
Well, then we better get up there.
At the
Check-
suggestion that they might be survivors, Aaron starts to hustle towards them.
Oh, you mean they not necessarily bad guys? I mean, I figured, creeping around at night is kind of creepy, but yeah, okay. Look on the bright side, eh? Maybe they're just trying to kind of get some beers in Mendon too. Yeah, that's probably.
Okay. All right. So you guys begin approaching, and when you get to about short range from the inn, you're able to see these things a little bit clearer, and they are corpses that seem to be shambling towards you. They're at about medium range from you, and they seem, a couple of them their eyes sort of snap and they're moaning and gurgling, and they snap and up and look at you and start to lurch forward again.
Okay, those are not survivors.
By the gods.
I am going to need vigilance checks for initiative. Everybody knows what they're doing as far as rolling initiative on here.
I think so.
Would any of us have any experience with something like this, or is this completely out of the blue?
I think Aaron might.
And I believe Connor does, based on the background.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Aaron, you have certainly seen zombies before, though they're not particularly common.
Mm-hmm.
At least in your experience. Connor, that sort of vague pull that you've been feeling, it's still pulling you southwest, but there's sort of a feeling of need to destroy these things combined in with that.
Sure.
So, top of round 1, the order is going to be 2 PC slots, followed by an NPC slot, the third PC slot, followed by 2 NPCs, and then the final PC slot. You guys are at medium range from these things right now. What are you going to do? Who would like to take the first turn?
Have any of y'all ever actually dealt with like undead before? I mean, I understand like academically and scientifically, but I mean, I've never actually run into one before. So if any of y'all know what to do,
Connor's gonna
do it.
Can Connor go first?
Yeah. Does anybody mind if Aaron goes second?
Go.
Yep,
All right, so what's the cart look like? Is it an old vehicle that's been converted to a cart, or is it like a wooden cart? What does it look like?
This is a wooden cart. It's being pulled by a horse.
All right, so Connor's going to hop out of it and find some cover on the side of the road.
Okay, so you're going to take 2 maneuvers to get over there?
Yep, if I need to.
Okay.
So I'll take 2 strain for a second maneuver.
Keeping them at the same range?
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm going to take out my muzzle loader and line it up and take a shot at them.
Oh, so this is going to bring up a rule that I'm using here.
Okay.
Firearms are damaged 1 step if you roll 2 threat instead of the normal 3 or a despair.
Okay. And so what is the difficulty? This is medium range, so...
Yep. So if you go to the
Average
weapons,
difficulty.
yep. So if you go to the weapons tab
Mhm.
and select your target, so select like the first question mark there. They're at
Okay.
medium range, and you can choose your weapon and hit add dice, and it'll put all the dice that you need in there.
Gotcha. Medium. Do I have to select myself as well? Oh, I got to select my weapon. Sorry.
Yeah, just your weapon. Select the target, range, and weapon.
All right. So I think I'm good.
Okay. Okay.
Looks
So
like
you
I got
got
2 successes.
2 successes and an advantage.
Nice.
So that is going to be
Huh?
13 damage, and I believe it is, it's Pierce 1
Here's one. Yep.
on the first group. So that's going to be. You take out 2 of these things with shots. You sort of pop 2 shots off, or it's not really 2 shots on these types of weapons. It's more it hit so hard it spiraled one into the other. Actually,
Nice.
and they both sort of crumple down into heaps that aren't moving anymore. What would you like to spend your advantage on?
I would like to have them be kind of trying to regather themselves, so the next person that goes gets a boost die.
Sure. Okay.
And just refresh my memory on limited ammo 1, so that means I have to reload again before I can fire it again.
Yep. You'll have to spend a maneuver to reload.
Okay.
All right. Around to the second PC turn.
So
Oh, go ahead.
Aaron had already started kind of moving to engage right at the top of initiative. So if nobody else has anything, I'll go.
I mean, I can shoot at a distance, but it's up to you if you want to take this. I don't mind going later.
Okay.
And I will say that, and I mean, you have another PC slot before some go. Jackson has some talents to give him some boost dice against things that haven't acted yet.
Okay. You can go now. I'll go third.
Yeah, is prepare an action or a maneuver?
Prepare is a maneuver.
Okay, so he'll quick draw his crossbow, take a maneuver to prepare it, and fire at, I guess, the closest guy, which is on the edge of medium or long, it looks like.
Yep. They're all at medium range. You forgot to roll your difficulty dice.
Oh, I thought it set that up automatically. Okay.
Yeah, you probably didn't click the range. That's why.
Yes, you're right.
So just
rolls though.
so just roll your 2 difficulty dice. Okay, so you're looking at 3 successes and 5 advantage.
And that's Pierce 2.
Yep. So let's see.
And it damages 7.
So
Damage of
10
11.
total damage. 10 total because the failure and threat get factored in there. All right, your bolt pierces the skull of one of the zombies, and it crumples. The bolt continues through and slams into the other, and they both fall limp to the ground. You have taken out one of the minion groups.
Okay. And with that, I guess that would be what, 5 advantages?
Yep.
Pass 2 boosts, and then with the rest of that, can I notice, some kind of important detail or piece of information? As Jackson's like, "Oh shit, the fuck are they? Is this all of them?"
So there is a you almost don't think anything of it because it's by the door, but there seems to be like something almost like somebody dragged themselves into the inn, and there's sort of like a blood smear.
Guy, over there, someone dragged themselves in or got dragged into that bar. Oh my god, these zombies, when they bite, is it like the old movies? They turn into fucking these monsters, or is it just they die? What are we dealing with here?
All right. It is now one of the minion group's turns, and they begin shambling forward. Unfortunately, it takes them 2 maneuvers to engage, but they have now engaged with the group. They're basically engaged with Dottie, Aaron, and Jackson. Connor is off to the side a bit. So we're on to a third PC slot.
I have a question. So I noticed that I have like this stuff called liquid essence, and reading through the thing, there was like something about like using essence. Is that also a requirement of artifice or just a strain?
The essence is going to it's not for casting spells.
I wanted to make sure if that was something like an extra cost. So. Okay.
Yeah, it wouldn't be for casting spells. But I think Aaron had mentioned wanting to go now. Corey had mentioned.
Yeah,
Aaron
so
yeah, that's fine. I'm just asking.
So they're engaged now with the group.
One group is, yeah.
Okay.
If you're going to do an attack, though, I can do something that'll help your attack.
Sure. Go ahead. You can go.
So yeah, and that does Aaron go right after this, or is there another NPC slot?
There's another
nope,
NPC slot.
Yeah, there's
You can go then. I'll go last. That way you can take out some, to do whatever you're going to do first. So there'll still be plenty of NPCs for you to fight. So
okay. For my smite, range is short. What happens if I'm engaged?
I think I might. That should be engaged.
I thought it should be, but it says short on the weapon tab. That's why I was.
Yeah,
okay.
no, it should have been engaged. I probably.
Okay.
Smite actually starts as short. It is short default. It's +1 difficulty to do engaged or.
Yeah, no, but I had factored all that in when I created it. I think I just forgot to change the range or put the wrong range in there when I made it.
Okay. Well, either way, the minion group that has now closed with us is who I'll be targeting. Is that the first or second question mark?
It doesn't matter. They're both.
Okay.
They're both the same.
Okay.
And don't forget to spend your 2 strain on that because that is a spell.
Mm-hmm. And I have what for past eye? 1 boost or 2?
I believe you have 1 boost.
Okay.
Whoa.
Ugh.
Oh my gosh. 0 successes, but 6 advantage.
Wait a minute. All right. What happens?
I channel divine energy into my halberd and point it at the one group and blow up a big cloud of dust behind them.
Okay. What are you spending your advantages on?
Everybody gets a boost die. What can I do with 6 advantages on a miss? I could give everyone a boost die, right? And that's it.
That's quasi triumph level, isn't it?
Right.
You could give everybody a boost die if you wanted.
Okay. Everybody's got a boost.
All right. I will pass that to everybody.
They're distracted by the smoke screen.
Am I able to move to engage with the other group that hasn't made it up here yet?
It would be 2 maneuvers to do that.
Okay. So I would take a strain.
Yeah, you take 2 strain.
Yep. Okay. I'm going to do that and go try to cut off the other group from making it to the caravan.
Okay.
That's my turn.
All right, and it is their turn now. And they will attack this target that has presented itself to them. Let's see. It says, let's see here. Okay. Oh, jeez. 3 successes, 2 threats, and a triumph.
Oof.
All right, so they are going to crit.
Okay.
And they're going to deal 8 points of damage as they they start like bludgeoning at you.
Okay. And I soak 5. So they do 3.
And then roll your crit.
Why isn't it showing up?
What's not showing up?
The crit this PC.
Click on the die.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you have your character selected.
Oh, that's why. Okay. Sorry. I unselected when I was clicking through. Oh,
God.
the worst
We have
one.
been getting so much. Oh,
At the brink. Target suffers 2 strain each time they perform an action until this critical injury is healed.
That's
There
awful.
So there are 4 of them, and they are all over you, just bludgeoning you and jawing at you, and it's quite stressful.
Yes, take mental strain being swarmed by the zombie horde.
They don't have any real teeth. They're just gumming you.
Ah!
All right, so final PC slots.
Well, that changes a lot. Okay. I'm gonna have to read that one more later. Currently engaged with me is or some zombie. If I'm still in the cart, it's zombies, and Jackson, right?
Yep.
Aaron's up ahead, and Connor is off the side of the road.
Yep.
Okay. What kind of weapon does Jackson have?
He has a sword at his belt, as well as a knife, and he just fired a crossbow.
Okay. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do some artifice on. I assume artifice. The flavor of artifice is like affecting devices, not people. So, gonna put haste on his crossbow, and my I guess my gun. I decide if I want to raise the difficulty to try to affect somebody else too. Yeah, sure. I'm gonna go ahead and try to increase the range because otherwise I can't hit the people who actually matter. So okay. So
you got to make your roll.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do it short, and yeah, which should be able to affect everybody from where I am, I believe. So
Did you take a maneuver to move up?
no, because I can't do that because aren't they at different shorts? I guess, or does that not matter?
So Aaron is at medium range from you.
Oh, okay.
And technically, if you're in the cart, then you wouldn't be able to because you need to take a maneuver to get out of the cart.
Okay, I'll take a maneuver to get out of the cart then.
Okay, so and then if you wanted to, you can maneuver to get into short range with Aaron by spending two strain.
Am I currently at short range with? If I get out of the cart, am I short with Jackson and Connor?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. That's what I'll do then. So
okay,
I'll stay there. So.
And so you're doing an augment?
Yeah.
Are you doing the haste one that I put on the sheet, or are you?
Yes, just the one you put on the sheet, just at +1 difficulty for the range stuff. So.
Right. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. Does anybody? Where are our story points on here?
Oh, I forgot to add them.
I can see how many we had. Does anybody mind if I spin one to try to get y'all some boost stuff going on?
Nope, not at all.
I knew I was forgetting something.
And roll. Oh, that's horrible.
Oh.
The rolls are not with us tonight.
No, they're not.
Wait, you didn't add your boost in there.
Oh, I didn't go in there, did it? I have the pass die on here, just didn't actually. That didn't matter. Extra advantage though.
1 failure, 5 advantage.
5 advantages. So let's go with there we go. Yeah, so I was trying to cast haste on everybody. And instead of it actually making them faster to act, it just it instead makes them faster to dodge. And with all 5 of those advantages, can I give a setback to them being hit?
Okay. Yeah. So you're passing a. I'll make it so.
Yeah, setback to the zombies, basically.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I think that's fine. And I'd say you have 1 advantage left over from that.
Do that. So I will Let's
Could
go ahead
recover a
and
strain if you wanted.
well, no, because I don't get the strain until after the spell's done. So
Right.
Oh,
give
yeah,
the-
no, okay. Yeah, you didn't have any strain first.
yeah,
So-
I'll pass the boost on to whoever goes next. So
Okay. All right. As you begin to cast a spell, but it sort of fizzles out a little bit quicker than you expected it to. And we are back around to the top of the round for round 2 and a PC slot. To recap, we have Aaron engaged with a group of zombies
Mhm.
that is at medium range from the rest of the group, from the main group, where another group of zombies is engaged with Jackson and Dottie, and then Connor is off to the side there, taking cover.
Anybody have anything they'd like to do at the top of the round?
I think Erin should go to try to free herself from the current situation of being gummed.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. This time, Aaron's going to grasp her halberd with both hands and swing hard at the group that's right around me.
Okay.
Okay. There we go.
Very nice.
That's more like it.
2 successes and a triumph.
Nice. Let's see here. Here's 3. Okay.
So this is a minion group, right?
Yep.
If I spend that triumph, it just drops 1, correct?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. So the one that's closest gets the axe right through it to start. Right at the neck, head comes off. That one's gone. That's the triumph.
Yep.
And
And
then
it
the
just
damage applies to the rest.
and you just continue that swing straight through 2 more of them, as
Nice.
3 of them fall limply at your feet in several pieces at this point, because once they start to die, it's almost like there's something otherworldly holding them together, and they sort of just begin to fall apart.
Yeah, it's like cutting the strings on a puppet.
Yep.
and there were 4 in
Okay.
each group, right?
What's that?
There were 4 in each group, or
There were 4 in each group. There's still 4 in the group that is engaged with Jackson and Dottie. There's 1 left in the other group.
am I still engaged with them? If I got out of the cart, or
Yeah, because you couldn't really move far.
that's fine.
You kind of just hopped out and you're next to the cart, basically. So we're around to the second turn in round 2, and it's a PC slot.
Does anybody mind if I try going again for a different spell?
Yeah, as long as it ties up some of the guys that are facing.
I'm specifically going to try to give people some defense. So.
Okay.
Some defense and some armor. So. Hopefully.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. I'm going to try to do the shield just as it's written on there. So.
Okay. Who are you targeting with it? You broke.
Currently, it will be Jackson. I guess I'll take a maneuver to get closer to Aaron. So it'll be Jackson and Aaron as the initial targets, and then hopefully I can roll some advantage and get
Nice.
I keep trying to do the rolls on my sheet.
Okay, sorry about that. I just had a
Perfect.
phone call.
3. Hey, there we go. Well, no threat, but no advantage, but I succeeded at least. So
Very nice. 3 successes, 2 threats.
yeah, so that's gonna be gonna make. Let's see. Both of you get a ranged and melee defense of 2, and you're gonna reduce incoming damage by 2. So you gain 2 soak and 2 defense.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome.
And what would you like those threats to do?
That's what I'm looking at now.
Uh-oh.
It's always scary when the GM says I'm going to put them in my pocket.
Yeah.
Well,
No.
Famous
threats of
Tyler
magic
words.
are pretty awful. So
All right, so you're going to take an extra 2 strain or wound. You get to choose. And you're also going to... you and all allied spellcasters in the encounter are going to add a setback die to any attempts to cast spells until the end of your next turn.
okay.
As something you do disrupts the flow of magic in the area. It must be your beginnerness with magic. You plucked the wrong string, and you're taking the wounds.
Yeah.
It sort of reverberates back into your hand as you do so.
Yeah, with your description there, it sounded like wounds seemed more interesting. Of like the essence,
Right.
the essence
Yeah.
being disrupted and physically causing a backlash. So
Okay, so NPC slots. The group of 4 is going to go. Who got the?
is Aaron and Jackson.
Okay. All right, so they're gonna go. They're gonna target Jackson.
I
They
believe
should
they
have
have a
three setback total.
correct.
Yep.
Woohoo!
Oh, 3 failures. They sort of are trying to bludgeon, and they're sort of hitting at Jackson inefficiently. You probably push a couple off with your your sword's not out yet right now, so you can probably just kind of like push a couple away with the butt of your crossbow.
Or maybe the disruption in the sort of magical field has given them like a stutter step in their necromancy for a moment.
Yeah,
They go
could
to
be.
swing
Yeah.
and just kind of jolt a little
They're-
bit and don't actually get their
It's just a
attacks off.
very reactive. It's a
Mhm.
very predictable sort of
Right.
swing.
Get the
Okay.
fuck out there with that.
Third PC. Third PC slot of round 2.
You want to go, Dottie?
Dottie just went.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
You want to try to clean some of these up, Jackson?
Yeah. I'd like to take a step back, be at short range, and fire at them.
Okay, so you're going to take a maneuver. Then you need a maneuver to prepare, and then fire.
Will quick draw
It's not.
deal with?
So technically, the way prepare works is you prepare it once. So it was already prepared. You can fire again. I would say after this one, you probably got to prepare again.
Is it a maneuver to disengage?
Yeah, so you got to take a maneuver to get back. Yep.
Okay.
You're going to be rolling at the second question mark.
Ooh, nice.
Very nice. So that's 4 successes, 2 advantage.
Yeah, 11 Pierce 2, and I'll crit once.
Let's see here. Okay. Again, you step back, steady yourself, and squeeze the trigger on the crossbow, and it slams into the neck of one, comes out of the back of the neck, hits another who spins off, and all three of those sort of just kind of fall apart across the ground. And the third one gets nicked in the arm with the bolt that continues out from injuring the other two. You took out 3 total.
Ah, fuck, didn't get the last one.
Okay. And I assume that's it?
Yeah.
Okay. Around to the other zombie. It is going to take an attack against Aaron. I am going to spend a point to upgrade this.
It's still got those 3 setbacks. You're fine.
Yeah.
You're adding 1 setback, right?
So I added
With
1
your
setback,
spell?
and then they have 2 defense.
Yeah.
And I already have 2 defense.
Yeah.
A lot of setback.
Again, they're just sort of ineffectually flailing at you. It seems as though while your channeling divine energy earlier didn't really do any damage to any of these, it certainly seems to maybe have disrupted them, because they have not been able to land much. They did land 1 hit on you earlier, but even that wasn't all that effectual.
You stand no chance, monster.
All right, around to the final PC slot. I believe Connor is the only one who hasn't gone yet.
Yep. So Connor's going to take a maneuver to reload his muzzle loader, and he's going to take aim at the one on Aaron and
Okay.
try to take it out.
Okay. Don't forget, you're upgrading this because you are firing into melee.
Yep. So still at medium range. And that's the first or second question mark? Second, right?
It doesn't matter. They're both pretty much the same at this
They're
point.
down. They're both down to 1 now. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Realistically, they're both gonna get. Either of them will die if you land a hit.
All right. Take a shot.
Ooh, nice.
2 successes and advantage.
All right. That is 13 damage total with Pierce. I really should have wrote that Pierce correctly so I can
Right.
Pierce 1. Okay. So 13 damage total. Yeah, okay.
You can go
That
edit
takes
sheet,
out
put it in
1.
there.
Yeah, I could, but it's not really that big of a deal. You blow that thing. You take a shot, and it just the friggin' head explodes.
Ah!
And Aaron gets ichor all over.
Covered in gunk.
What are you doing with the advantage?
I'm actually just going to heal a strain as I breathe in from that.
Okay. Around to the top of the round, and we've got a PC slot, and there is 1 zombie left.
Jackson's been on fire. I think
Yeah,
Jackson.
does it
should
say
have the
anybody
last
want
one.
it? Go for it.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Still at medium range?
No, you were at short range. Right? Or I heard that right earlier. Dottie or Connor shot at the one that was on Aaron, right?
Right.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, so you're at short range from the one that's left.
All right. Now, someone passed me a boost, so.
Yep.
Or so it says.
Yep. And just roll that boost.
Oh, interesting. It didn't.
Yeah, so to add it to the pool, there's that little thing underneath it. You just got to click the die or click use pass dice or whatever it is. That. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
5 successes and 3 threats. That is 12 points of damage.
That's a good
That
shot.
is enough to take this one out.
Well, these zombies ain't such a threat. Man, they were really scary. I swear to God. Scary. Yeah, I thought we were making a wrong choice going here, but man, that beer. I can't wait. Yeah, fuck these zombies. Is everybody okay?
It looks like Aaron is bleeding out of one of those wounds.
Oh shit, you gonna be a zombie?
I'm fine. I won't be a zombie.
All right, that's good to know. Hey, keep an eye on Aaron in case she's a zombie.
Has magic returned to us now?
It never left. Though there was a bit of a disruption there
Mhm.
that seems to have passed.
I'm going to attempt to heal myself.
Okay.
What would the difficulty be? Just one?
Are you trying to heal wounds or your crit?
You've got one on there. That's your healing
Yeah.
hands is 1.
That's where I couldn't pull it up. It wasn't loading. Okay. And if I wanted to crit, I have to add 2 more purple to heal my crit. Yes?
Correct.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, and I'm going to, if everybody's okay with it, I'm going to spend a story points upgrade because I have to make this one count. My strain's really high.
Yeah, and you're gonna take 4 strain just to do it. So
Right.
I think healing your yeah, it is just up to 2. So
Ah, 3 successes.
there you go.
Successes. So you are going to heal a total of 5 wounds.
Mm-hmm. And the crit's gone?
And yes, the crit's gone.
Okay.
So as you guys sort of take in the scene here, there's a small. It's what passes for a bar now. It's more like a colonial style house that has been converted into a type of sort of like an inn. It's fairly well maintained. There's a garage. It's not attached, but it's like a couple, it's like 10, 15 feet away. And you can see that it looks like there's something in the garage, but it's like covered over. The 2, Holden has sort of been like hiding behind the cart. And he sort of peeks out. He goes, "Are those things gone? What the hell was that?"
They appear to be the unliving.
Nasty abominations.
I will remind Jackson that he did notice some scuff marks and a blood smear on the door going into the inn.
Yeah, I think he's going to have his crossbow put away and his sword out because of that.
And I'm gonna not I'm still concentrating on the shield rather than so
Yeah.
no reason not to right now. So
Yeah, no, Jackson's looking for this undead. He's like, it's in here. We got to get it.
Holden turns to the other two and says tells them move the cart over there, but don't tie the horse up just yet, just in case we need to get out of here. But the horse is
Spooked.
none of you are. It's not just spooked. It's been sort of running fairly hard most of the day.
Mm-hmm.
The terrain around here, even the road isn't that great. But as you guys are sort of focusing in on the door, it opens, and an elderly woman sort of looks out wide-eyed and sees the lot of you and says, "Oh, thank goodness! Please come. He's this man is very injured. He needs your help."
Oh,
And
he's a zombie.
We need to make our resiliency rolls.
so, in order to make the discipline of resilience,
Mhm.
you guys need to take a few minutes. The woman has just now sort of called you in, and it seems urgent.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're tired, why don't you wait here? We'll go ahead, see what's up. If it's only one, that zombie can't kill us all. I mean, look, we decimated them.
Someone should stay with the cart.
There are two like commoner type people out here that come with you that have the cart.
Right, but if all the bodyguards go inside and more zombies show up, we'll come out to find 2 additional zombies, more likely than two farmers and Holden.
Yeah, stay out here, chillax, bro. Just catch your breath. Don't turn into a zombie. Let us know if more zombies arrive, because I'd like the choice to get out of here if that's what's happening here.
All right, so everybody but Aaron's gonna go inside.
Yeah, I'll probably stay near the door to start, unless they end up going into another room. I'll follow. But if they're just in the main room, then I'll stay near the door.
Okay. All right. So, walking inside, you, right by the door, there's a middle-aged man, with a couple pretty serious wounds, and they don't look like bite wounds so much as they look like slashing wounds. And he looks conscious, but barely. He's sort of breathing heavy, and they've got they're trying. There's a couple of people there that are trying to stop the bleeding and are trying to tend to him. And he is just sort of groggily shaking his head.
Aaron, I think this might actually be something that we do need your specialties for.
Okay. From outside the door where I was keeping eye on the cart with Connor, I'll come in.
I can stay with the cart.
I know some rudimentary first aid, but only the basics. It doesn't look like that's going to help here.
Right.
They came out of nowhere.
Okay. I am going to cast the heal spell again. Judging by his condition, does he seem to be critically injured? Do I need to roll for that, or am I just rolling a heal check?
This should just be. Are you making medicine, or are you doing an actual spell?
Spell.
No, he does not seem to have any critical injuries.
Okay. Okay, so Erin kind of spreads her hands wide over this gentleman, and you can see a glow start to emanate from her hands. That's 1 success, 2 advantage.
Okay. Well, some of his wounds do clear up. He does not have strain, so you could use at least one of those advantage to get a strain back yourself.
Okay. Okay. And what can I do with the other advantage?
Um,
You can get more strain back.
I'll give the group a boost die on interacting with him. He's still sort of like distant and out of it, but the bleeding has basically stopped at this point.
So anybody watching sees Erin's hands out and like the sort of divine energy glowing and just sweat beating on the backs of her hands and her brow. And after the spell is cast, she's just going to sit right down, right where she was.
Okay. There's so many, so many. They're chasing me, and he sort of goes frantic for a second, like looking around, like
You're safe. You're safe. We have you in a guarded space. Where were they coming from? Did you see?
Why don't you give me a charm or leadership check? This will be average, and I'll give you a boost die.
Okay. In addition to the boost from my advantage?
No, including that boost die. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. 1 failure, 1 advantage.
They're coming. He just starts muttering to himself again.
Shit, I think we lost him again. Not so lucid anymore. I mean, I get it. They're crazy. But hey, guys, though, more of them than the ones that was out there by the road?
They're here. They're here. Why don't you give me
No,
a
I got
charm?
him. I got him. I killed him.
Why don't you give me a charm or leadership check? Average again, but I'm gonna give you a setback die on it because just hearing about them being outside, he's a little freaked out.
You said average with a setback?
Yep.
Yeah. No, guy. We got him. We got all the zombies. They're not around here anymore.
There were like 20. There was like 20 of them. I saw them attack.
They're cool.
At This is going to probably require one more social check. I think it's going to just be easy this time, though, because you guys have calmed him down a little bit. This could be charm, coercion, or leadership, whichever one you guys prefer.
Well, we got some of them. Yeah, but if you're saying 20, I mean, I got to know if you're exaggerating or not because you're scared. I mean, it's fine, but we need to know if there's more out there. We got to get them if they are. But there's nothing right around the house. We got those.
His breathing starts to calm down a bit. He looks a little less frantic. I think there were 20. I don't. That's how many I saw. That's how many I saw when me and my friends got attacked. There were a bunch more attacking the wall at Mendon, and there was this armored guy with a giant sword.
An armored individual with a huge sword?
Just to make sure, we are talking about zombies, right? Not soldiers?
The ones that weren't armored looked like zombies. Yeah, I couldn't tell what the other guy was.
Was there only one armored man?
I think so.
Okay. Aaron
guys, we got to go investigate.
Yeah, Aaron kind of leans back towards where Jackson and Dottie are, and below her breath, little says, "I think we may have found our target."
Yep, that's true. So are we going to be taking off again, or are we going to stay here?
Why don't you have Dottie give me a hard perception check?
Horrible.
Actually, I'll make it easy. Your remember this bonus will apply to this.
Okay.
So you get an advantage, I believe.
Yeah. I don't actually see the roll button for some reason.
Yeah, you probably don't have your character selected.
Yep, that is why. Yep. Woo.
Ooh, there we go.
Whatever the memory is, I don't like it, but yeah.
Two successes, one threat, and one triumph.
Okay, so when you guys were walking in, and you were walking towards the door, and you get a little bit closer to that garage, there's a vehicle under there, and if you guys could use that, it would cut down the time needed to get to Mendon from here dramatically.
Okay. Is the have any of you ever used the car in the garage there? Did it work? Did it have fuel?
Oh dear, that's we haven't had any fuel for that in a number of years. Joe used to use that to run to town to pick up supplies, but it broke down not far, and he pushed it home a year or two ago, and it hasn't run since. You know that you can use that liquid essence to run in place of fuel, essentially.
Okay. Trying to think of what the triumph I can use, like what I can use that triumph for, and what do you want the threat to do?
So the threat's going to put a setback on it. On if you want to take a look at it, I think old Joe said he had the parts there in the garage, but I don't. Like I said, it's been sitting a few years. I don't know if you're gonna be able to get it running.
Oh, so it broke down too? It not just out of fuel?
Yeah.
Okay, well, part's no problem. The fuel is actually the harder part. So, so yeah, you do you have the keys over there? You can toss me. Then we can maybe see if we can, figure out what's going on here. And get
she starts. She goes, "Oh, I know they're around here somewhere," and she starts kind of piddling around, sort of looking here and there, and she goes over to the ubiquitous junk drawer and standing there for a couple minutes, kind of like sorting through, and she goes, "Aha!" And she takes a keychain off that's got a key on it. I think this is it.
that looks like that'll work. And she'll just kind of grab it, like not like forcefully grab it, but like in a very like matter of fact, you're gonna hand this to me and just like take it very like happily,
Yeah.
Like, all right, well, I'm gonna go work on that. While you guys, yeah.
What is everybody else doing as Dottie heads out to the garage?
Connor's outside clearing corpses off the road.
Okay. It's more pieces of corpses. As like I said, virtually all of these, when they were defeated, they sort of fell apart.
Yep. So he's kicking corpse pieces to the side of the road.
Corpse-like refuse.
Yep.
Holden seems to be getting a little impatient. What are we doing in there? What are they doing? We need to. If something's happening in Mendon, we need to get going.
And
we're working on it. Hold your horses, literally.
Connor looks up at Holden and says, "It's already happened."
What's already happened?
These zombies came from Mendon. Holden. The town has already been attacked.
Well, then that means you need to get there even sooner.
I agree. But people must also be helped outside of town as well. We will go.
He's kind of irritated, and he's sort of positioned himself on the back of the cart, sort of sitting there, like rubbing his forehead. What are folks doing inside? I assume Aaron is trying to take a little bit of a rest.
Yeah, Aaron's trying to get her bearings. Yeah.
Okay. Anybody who wants to go inside and rest for a couple minutes can make a discipline or cool check.
Resilience.
No, it's cool or discipline.
Is it? Okay.
I'll give you 2 boost dice on it because it's actually pretty comfortable in here, even if it's a little stressful knowing what's happening. The folks here are trying to their best to help you out. And okay. For those of you for the rest of you, when you guys make the check to recover strain, I let successes and advantages recoup. So basically, you have the potential to get a lot like that. I mean, he just healed 7. Yeah.
Ooh.
It sometimes extends the day for people,
Hmm.
But
I've only seen in action 2 people reach their strain threshold in this setting, and one of them just turns into a werewolf when it happens. So I'd rather not get that far.
So do I get to roll that, or do I have to wait until worked on the car?
If you're working on the car, you would need to do that first.
Okay.
So what? Before we handle that, what's Jackson doing with this time?
Jackson is looking to see if they have a beer as he prepares to go fight zombies in another town, or in the town.
They do. And they'll, for helping out outside, they'll give you a free one.
Yeah, I think he takes maybe 4 or 5 seconds to savor the first gulp, and then heads outside and is like, all right, guys, yeah, linga linga, but zombies ain't gonna wait for us.
Okay. Uh-oh, who did we lose? Craig, I bet. Nope. We lost oh, there he is.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Disconnected by accident.
Yeah, that's okay.
I've done that before.
Yes.
All right. So then Dottie's going to need to make a mechanics check. And I was just looking at that sheet and realized I didn't fill in resourceful mechanic. I don't know if you have it up or not. But I believe...
Yeah, it heals an extra 1 when doing a heal thing.
So essentially, this truck is at it's 1 short of its wound of its hull trauma threshold, and completely strained out. So what I'm gonna need from you is a hard mechanics check with a setback die. But there's a couple parts here that actually, just looking at it, you think, oh, well, these might be the parts that kind of made it break down in the first place. So why don't you go ahead and give me that check? I'll give you an upgrade on it as well. But you get a setback.
Is the upgrade from the Triumph?
From the Triumph, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was also going to happen, because it was a perception thing, going to happen to just could be like, oh, actually, you used to own one of these.
It's a little it's a bench seat pickup, but the it's got those doors that open the other way for the back, so a couple people can sit in the back too.
Mm-hmm.
Before I make that check, I'm gonna do a basic augment on my tools.
Okay.
Smart.
And this would be a hard check
for the basic augment, because I don't need to do the haste. I just need to do the ability increase.
Oh, I meant the mechanics check.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't think there's any. What would you like the threat to be on the spell?
I'm gonna toss another setback on there, as you kind of speed yourself up a little bit too much. So sometimes you're a little too jittery as you're trying to make this check. If that makes sense.
Yep, it does that. And then that. And then hard. All right. So that's 4 successes. So that'll heal 5 of the wound of this whole. I don't know, it's the whole trauma wound threshold.
Yeah. I'm gonna say you get it running. It's not gonna run for a while. But you think you'll be able to get it to at least closer to Mendon. And it'll only take an hour or so to get to a point where you can try to come in on foot.
Okay.
But it's still you're at like we're not really gonna get super into vehicle combat and stuff, but it's it's just barely running. Every once in a while it's almost like, the engine sort of rumbles a little bit and
Okay.
all right. Well, those of you inside or not waiting directly for Dottie to fix this thing, hear the engine start up.
Well, that's a welcome sound.
Connor turns to Holden and says, apparently they've found a way to expedite our journey. Does that satisfy you?
I mean, it satisfies me. I don't have to be walking so much.
Aaron's going to start moving toward the garage where the sound's coming from.
Well, at this point, Holden is sort of look. Maybe you guys need to go ahead of me. If this is truly what you tell me that man said in there, it's no place for me. I would greatly appreciate it if you folks would go in there, at least scout it out and report back.
You will stay here with these people?
I think so. I'm not worth anything in a fight.
While y'all had been like talking, the car turned the car turns off though. Just so you guys hear it, and if you come back in, like Dottie, like in the back seat, lay it down.
All right. So you guys loading up and heading off?
Yep, I think so. We're going to leave the horse and cart here.
Yeah, so is the plan for the 2 farmers to stay with
They're going to stay, yeah.
with Holden?
Yeah.
Good luck to those
Okay.
farmers.
Right.
Well, they all sort of they tie up the horses. You guys are prepping to go, and there's a couple hitching posts here and a spot to put wagons. So they move to get that all situated, and then they head inside as you guys are getting ready to go.
Holden, are you sure you're going to stay?
I think so. I'll just get in the way of any sort of fight.
You might consider moving that cart into the garage and going inside to introduce yourself. And hunker down then. Be safe. Apollo guide you.
Thank you. For the trip into Mendon, I am going to need a hard driving check. It's going to have 2 setback because of the terrain.
Who's driving?
I know how to drive. Yeah,
Checking.
sure. I'll go ahead. Yeah.
So I can put 4 green in there. I don't have any skill in it though.
Yeah, I got 2 green.
I've got
so
I've got 2 green, a yellow, and an advantage. So
Well, that's all you.
This would again be a remember this check.
yeah.
So you get an advantage on it.
And you said 2 setback.
Yep.
A lot of setback. All right. Let's go ahead and actually, no reason. There we go.
I've got uniforms in there. Come on.
Ooh, there we go.
All right.
I'm going to go ahead and use those advantages for strain. I feel like driving is like one of Daddy's happy places that hasn't gotten too much.
Start calling you Black Betty.
You sort of it almost sort of flashes back to a time before. Humming along to a song on the radio that's not actually there.
Yes.
Or maybe there's a cassette in the tape player. Or maybe it would be HF.
No, you could have had cassettes depending on what model. If this is like a 1980
Yeah.
to 83. You had cassettes in there.
Yeah, I mean the 1983 cars even were some of the first ones that had remote locks.
Yep.
Like it didn't feel like it, because we're still in that technology. But
Okay, so the drive into the area continues. The smoke continues. There's a couple more plumes of it. You see maybe a couple putter out as the fires there are no longer active. But you are able to pull the truck over sort of outside or out of view of the wall, but still close enough that it's not a long walk. And you did actually. You guys can go ahead and give me a group perception check. Let me look at what people have here. I think it's going to be 1 rank with a 4 cunning is going to be the best, or the group version. You guys want to make it? It'll be average.
Okay. You guys want me to roll?
Yeah, go for it.
Six successes. 2 threat.
Okay. So as you guys are preparing you're getting out of the truck and you're trying to figure out what to do, you spot the figure in what can only be described as like full-on plate mail. He's got a sword strapped to his back. It is a very long and broad sword. And even from this distance, you can see the eyes glowing or burning, maybe?
What color are they?
They're a deep turquoise, like. No, they're more like a purple. I should say, not turquoise is bad. They're like purple.
Both?
Yes.
Do I get any weird feelings from him?
The second you see him, that pull was still, even though where you're at, you're basically facing almost due west, looking at the town. That pull was still pulling you southwest. But when you see him and you see the eyes, you have a moment where you actually have to like grab the side of the truck because you almost have like this dizziness moment where the sensation snaps to him.
Oh,
There's
yeah, it was.
still that nagging feeling pulling you southwest, but whatever this thing is, it has something to do with it.
All right, so you see Connor. He's had been kind of sitting on top in the back with his rifle or his muzzleloader over the cab, and all of a sudden his left leg gives out, and you just see him crumple into the back of the tailgate.
What do you think those threats that from the perception check might be?
Would we take a setback on the next check? Floating setback, like you would do a floating boost for an advantage.
I mean, it
still-
could be that.
Yeah.
It could be that when I saw that, I actually bounced out of the truck.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Actually, I think I like that better. Where
Okay.
you sort of your leg gives out and you fall over and take 2 strain.
All right.
As that dizzy pull feeling just completely takes you off your feet.
So did he fall right out of the bed of the truck?
He's sort of, he doesn't fall out of the bed, but he's sort of like hanging sort of over the side of the bed at this point, not like helplessly draped over it, but
Oh, but he like slipped and fell and his, like ribs onto the
Yeah.
side of the. Yeah, gotcha.
yeah. Doesn't actually deal any wounds, but it's
Connor, are you okay?
That person. And he kind of just motions to the direction.
I'm not entirely convinced it is a person.
They must be dealt with.
What do you mean, not quite a person?
Based on what we've seen today,
So where are they standing?
they're standing like outside of a crashed gate. And there are some skeletons around him, as well as there's a it is some type of gaunt figure that moves. Actually, it moves kind of quickly, really. And like I said, there's about 4 skeletons around him, and he's sort of pointing, and there's also a bunch of people that are it seems like he's directing, and they look all, they look like they're being told to go sit in this spot so they can be
from
dealt with.
from their sort of posture and mannerisms, do they seem to be hostages or workers or soldiers or what?
Hostages.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you got 6 successes. They're hostages.
Mhm.
Or prisoners, maybe more apt of a word.
Right. Yeah. Right.
But at this point, they all have their backs to you. Like, you saw him for a moment looking this way, but after a moment, the thing turns its back, and they're not really watching from your direction.
What do we think the best plan is here?
I mean, I could just drive into them and then y'all jump out and to your and get the jump on them that way. Or I guess if y'all want to take a position, we can shoot at them.
Generally speaking, I'm a fan of the direct approach, but that doesn't always work for everyone.
I mean, I could sneak up on them, maybe route them from the back, do a little, stab before they know what's going on.
You see Connor like getting himself back up with his rifle, and he starts to go back to the front of the cab and is starting to level it at him.
At this point, you are out of range for your weapon.
Mhm.
Essentially, they're like in their strategic range band at this moment.
Okay.
So you would definitely need to be getting closer.
I say the direct approach is best.
It works for me. Jackson, what do you prefer? Do you want to find a vantage point, or do you want to come straight ahead?
I mean, it really doesn't matter to me. I mean, it's like either stab them with a knife when they don't see me or shoot them in the face before they get to me. Either or is kind of your choice.
Right. Well, Dottie, you heard the boys. Let's go.
All right. I don't actually know how to do this.
So you're going to attempt to surprise them via getting closer with the truck?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're just riding in like Valkyries at this point.
Okay, so where is everybody going to be situated in the truck? Is everybody in the cab or are people in the truck bed?
Oh, I'm riding in the truck bed like
Mhm.
like I'm gonna shoot people with my crossbow from the truck bed. I'm like going full ham hillbilly.
Okay,
here.
Right. And I'm in the
Okay.
passenger seat.
ready
Yeah, I
to
imagine-
roll out.
Yeah.
I imagine Jackson and I are both in the back, like
Right,
kind
with the
of.
guns. Gun
Yep.
and crossbow prepared. Yep.
Okay. All right, Dottie, why don't you give me a average driving check with 2 setback dice again. The results of this will dictate what range band you get to when combat starts. I'm going to spend a point to upgrade this check.
Okay. And you said still do the 2 setback, right?
Yeah. It's there is now debris in the road, essentially, from whatever these things have been doing.
Read it. And you said average to start, though, right?
Average upgraded once. Yep. One success, 3 advantages. Okay.
Nice.
The next checks I would like are coordination checks from the 2 people in the bed of the cab. It is going to be easy with 2 setback dice.
And I use those advantages to give them a boost. I managed to like avoid the majority of the bumps,
Okay.
and I guess maybe I don't know. Is there going to be a check for someone else for the person in the? Actually, can I just give a boost to like whatever people are doing in the car based on if they would be set back from bumps, and they also get a boost.
Yeah, they can both have a boost. I'll give you a boost for
Yeah,
each
because
advantage.
you pass
Simplify it.
one advantage to pass it on to the next check, and then 2 to give it to a specific character. So you could say 1 for Connor, 1 for Jackson, and there you go.
And you said 2 setbacks?
Yep. 2 setbacks and a boost.
Oof. This time I do go over the side.
No, I don't think so. So we got Jackson with 1 success and 2 advantages. And then Connor had 2 failures and 8 advantages. With that many advantages, I don't think you go over the side. Or maybe you go over the side, but you land on your feet. Like you sort of use a bump to propel yourself.
That's
Meant to do that
badass.
type of thing.
I'll give you
Landing.
that for
Yep,
I'll
the
give you
hand
that for
down.
for like 4 advantages. That's gonna be expensive.
All right. Yeah, I'll do that. And you just see my hand drag on the ground. The
That's
one of the
awesome.
gloves starts getting scraped up a little bit, and I start like running forward and try to get in cover somewhere where I'm within range to take shots.
Meanwhile, Jackson sort of just kind of rolls with the bumps. What do you want to spend your advantages on? You could I mean, if you guys wanted to, you could use advantages there for your initiative check,
Yeah, let's do that.
which we're gonna do. I'm gonna let you guys use cool or vigilance. So you want to give yourself a boost, and then Connor, you still have 4 advantages that you could spend.
Yeah. So what I want to spend it on is perhaps he still doesn't hear us coming or see us coming, and me being able to find cover. If I could do 2 and 2 for that, if that works.
I'll say the main guy can't, for 2 advantages, he can't take the first NPC slot.
All right, that works. You said you can do either cool or vigilance?
Yep.
That's the same for me.
Oof. Main guy with a good roll on his on his initiative.
Is this cool, you said?
Cool or vigilance, you guys can use. Okay, so he still got triumph on that, so he's going to use a maneuver, and he sort of spins around and draws the blade as you guys are approaching. But the initiative order is going to be a PC, followed by 2 NPC slots, then the rest of the PCs, and then an NPC slot. There are 4 skeletons here, and then a gaunt-looking figure with fairly sharp claws. So a couple pieces of setup as well here. For the result of your driving check, I'm going to give you guys being at medium range to start. But as this armored figure turns around and draws his sword, you hear, as well as you hear it with your ears, as well as it almost seems like it's coming from inside your head. This town is now under the this town is now property of the Grand Lich. Turn back now. And then we're coming around to the first PC slots.
Okay. We are medium range in the truck from all enemies right now.
Yeah, they're more or less like right next to each other
Okay.
at this point.
All right. Anybody want the first?
I mean, if y'all do
I
y'all
want one
want to
of
be
the
closer
firsts.
or stay further away? Because if you all want to be closer, then I can go first and just keep driving.
Right. I mean, I'm gonna get closer at some point, but I don't know if what Jackson and I'm sure Connor is gonna stay at range.
Connor's already done his cool superhero landing. He's good
Right.
where he's at.
You're out there and you're good. Yep.
So, really, it's Jackson. Do you want to be at? Well, actually, in that case, Connor should go first because Connor's the one that does better,
Right.
shooting
And he's-
people, and then I can still start start our turns to get y'all closer on my turn. So,
Yeah. And he's already
So-
landed, so it makes sense narratively that Connor lands and
Yeah.
draws.
Yeah, as long as I go before the last PC, then, which is what
Yeah, you
is
can go.
inevitably going to happen.
Yeah, go and go now. There's no reason for you to not go now. Yeah.
All right, so I guess I'll go, and I'm going
Okay.
to take aim at the thing with the claws,
Okay.
and I'm going to actually aim to get a
Um,
boost die.
I'll show the name here. That's the white on the hit list.
Okay.
Can you
Did I break
add?
up there? I just had a little bit of a lag spike.
Yeah, you did. It's okay though. We got it. The white is the target.
And I'm going to aim for my maneuver.
Okay.
And I think that's good. 2 successes.
Nice.
Your successes, and we're looking at let's
Pierce
see
1, right?
here.
Pierce 1. Yep.
Pierce 1. And I was really hoping that you'd get more threat on that. I was hoping to break that gun. So 13. That thing gets seriously injured. It is like you blow a hole in its side
Nice.
with
Nice.
your shot. It is somehow still standing, however.
Oof.
Not as nice.
And we come around to the first NPC slot, and it is going to take it. It takes a maneuver to move into short range from you, and then it pounces, taking another maneuver as an incidental to attack you.
Oof. Okay.
Where's that one? Okay. Are you guys modifying this check at all?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay. 1 success, 1 threat.
All right.
So you're going to take 6 damage.
All right.
6
I got a soak of 4, so I take 2.
And it's let's see here.
You want to leave itself open? So give a boost to the next attack targeting it.
No, that'd be 2 threats. Its momentum forces it prone.
Huh, okay.
as it lurches and swipes its claws across Connor's chest, and its momentum sort of carries it just past him, and it rolls on the ground in front of him.
Yeah, I was thinking that I could kind of push it along with the butt of my gun to make it fall prone.
Skeletons. These skeletons do have like shoddy looking bows, and they are going to take a maneuver and move to short range, and then they're going to fire at Connor because he's right out. He's more in the. Oh, you had cover, right?
I did.
Mm-hmm.
I did not roll that setback dice. So let's roll that.
Alrighty.
So a second threat. All right. So instead, it leaves it open. It doesn't fall prone, but it sort of gets tangled up in your weapon, so it leaves itself open a little bit. And the skeletons are going to go, and they, like I said, they're going to fire at Connor because he's the primary threat at this point.
He is engaged in melee combat.
Yep.
The skeletons need to shoot their white.
I'm hoping for despair.
Mm-hmm.
2 successes and 2 advantages. So that's going to be 8 damage as they 4 arrows sort of find their way around you.
So I imagine they probably hit me in the back as I was turning to face the white.
Yeah. And then we've got. They're going to add a setback die to your next attack, or your next check.
Okay.
As a couple of the arrows get stuck in like your arm. All right, PC Cecil.
I would like to try to ram those skeletons.
Awesome.
Yes.
Go ahead and make an average driving check with the 2 setback.
I've got some like a thing up, but I mean we can do whatever you which it's still
I'm not. Yeah, I haven't really. To be honest with you, the vehicle was only supposed to be point A to point B, but this is fine. It's not a big deal.
No matter what, then this can like mess up the vehicle. So.
Yeah, if you hit him, it's gonna have to stop where it is, and that's that.
So let's see here. Let me do that. Average. Yep. Nope. That's wrong color die.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Does it still get the 2 setback, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have a plethora of story points too. If you wanted to upgrade.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's make this a.
Let's go for it.
All right. See if I need to do anything for size difference. No. All that affects what happens. Okay. All right. Successes. Cool. So that is 17 damage and a crit.
Oh.
Nice.
All right, you smash into these skeletons and bones go flying everywhere. There were some bones strewn across this area, but now there's like triple what was on the ground before.
Awesome.
Yeah, like I figure like some of those bones would get like run over, like maybe like pierce into the tires, and that's why like it's been like skinned to a halt. Yeah.
Yeah, but they like pop up underneath and poke a hole in the exhaust.
And then like as Johnny kind of like spins out, in that case it's like, We're here. Everybody out.
Yeah, the truck sort of sputters out at that point.
Yeah. Jackson, did you want to take your shot here? I know you wanted to go before any NPCs get a chance.
Yeah. Jackson, as as they crash through, the skeleton is gonna be like, whoopee, bro, that was awesome. That was a wicked pisser move you did there. I'm gonna get him, and he's gonna turn around with his crossbow and try to mop some of them up.
There's no skeletons left.
There's none at all. Okay, who?
Yeah, I know they got destroyed, but you got the white that's attacking Connor, or we have the big armored guy.
Yeah.
The armored guy hasn't gone yet, so if you get a bonus against them, then
Right.
You said the one not attacking. Well, okay, that would answer it. If he's attacking Connor, he's gone. So
You went already. Yep. So the armored adversary there.
and that's the guy that doesn't have the hat among the pictures.
Yeah, it's the black armored thing with the horns on the side of its helmet.
it's a question mark one.
Yeah.
The white's also 2 range bands behind you now.
Right, and the guy with the horns, you said he's 2 range bands behind me, so he's medium.
No, he's short.
No, the white that's attacking Connor is 2 range bands behind you.
Oh, okay.
He's an adversary 1 as well.
It should do that automatically. I believe.
Yeah. Okay, that's why.
Yep,
I
it
was
does it
what is that
automatically.
red thing. Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
It appears to not have done it automatically.
It showed. Okay. You want me to roll a red?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually-
All right, so that's 3 successes and an advantage then.
Yeah.
Whew. Nice shot.
So yeah, I'll pass a boost to the next person. Go ahead.
Actually, no, it's 3 successes and a threat. Short range. I think you didn't have him targeted, is what it was, or something, or you didn't have the range band selected. So it didn't add. So when it upgraded, it just upgraded nothing to a purple. So that both dice should have been in there. That's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
He's a short range. Short range would have turned from a purple to a red.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Okay.
Did he not have any defense from his armor?
Oh, he did. Yeah. So that.
Yeah,
So you didn't have him selected. That's what.
I don't know why. Because I clicked on him. But anyway,
All right.
what's his
Yeah.
defense?
Re-roll it again. He's got 1 defense. Yeah. Just re-roll it.
Re-roll it.
Yeah.
Oh,
That worked out for you.
that's 6 successes. Ooh, 6 successes and 1 advantage. Nice.
Yes. That just got better in every way.
So that's like 13 PS2. This guy should be hurting, bro.
You just let that
brother?
crossbow bolt rip through the air.
Yeah, yeah. He's like, dodging and weaving as the truck was hitting the zombies, and then as it kind of comes to a skid and halt, it finally gives him like a little bit of stability, And he's like, "Oh, I got to take out that big guy."
And the bolt slams into his side where the armor is a little bit thinner and just punctures straight in. He took damage. He didn't even flinch, though.
Great.
Oh boy.
Final PC slots.
Okay, so are we at short range from him right now?
Yep, and it takes a maneuver to get out of the vehicle.
Can I smite out the window, or do I have to get out and run up to him?
I'd say you're gonna get another setback on that.
Okay.
If you do it out the window.
Okay, or I could take the maneuver to get out of the truck, and I'm still at short, so I could smite from there.
Yep.
Okay, so I'll use my maneuver to get out. Okay, so I use my move to get out, and I sort of grip my hands as though I have a weapon in them, but it's not there, and I take a swing, and this bolt of energy just kind of comes out.
Okay.
I'm going to spend a story point to upgrade.
Alrighty.
Well, 0 successes, but a triumph.
Ooh.
You were just not.
I can't smite things, I guess, but with the triumph, he gets scared and gets a critical injury.
No.
No.
You lightly caress
in order
things.
to do that. So.
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
take that boost from me?
I had a boost from you?
Well, I ended up with an advantage. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Alright,
I'll roll
Go ahead and roll the boost.
Come on, success.
Oh, nothing.
Aw.
Man.
All right. How about this? The next attack against him is upgraded as it doesn't deal any damage, but you just breathe this thing in like light.
You could alternatively upgrade the difficulty of his attack.
Yeah, we could do that too. Either way.
I probably feel safer. It depends on whether you want to hurt him more or be hurt less.
No, we'll go with the first. We'll have him illuminated, and he gets whoever attacks him next gets an upgrade.
All right.
He's gonna come for me anyway. So
His turn. Yeah, I think he might. Because you got out of the vehicle, right?
Yep.
All right. He's going to close into engaged range with you. He sort of does this like that typical like boss slow walk towards you.
okay.
Winding up as he comes, and he. I should have been different backgrounds for all the different characters, so it's easier to see in their small little thing here. Okay. Okay. Oh, I was supposed to upgrade that.
Yep.
Oh no, never mind. I rolled it right. He got 0 successes, 2 advantage.
Okay.
So he will. He's going to add a setback to your next check as he, and I'll add that. I'll pass that on for you.
Okay.
And actually, Connor's got one too. Earlier, as he sort of gets right up in your space, and it's just going to be a little bit harder for you to make any sort of moves on him, any swings on him or anything, especially with a halberd.
Right.
So we are around to round 2. First PC slots.
Anybody got anything?
Maybe I can go.
I mean,
try
I
to
can shoot him again.
I was gonna say, I think you can shoot dispatch the white before he goes. I don't know. Because the skeletons are
'cause
done, right?
Skeletons are gone, yeah. So it's really just PC, NPC, and then all of us again, and then another NPC.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I will take that slot out of the initiative. So we.
Yeah, if you
I
want to
don't
do
know,
that, go ahead.
Yeah. I think killing that white would be
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, go for it, Connor.
All right. So I'm gonna move back one from engaged to short.
Okay.
I'm gonna take 2 strain to load up the gun.
I'm going to spend a point to upgrade this.
Okay. And I'm gonna try to shoot this white. Here. And I think I get a boost because he was open to me the next person
Yes.
who attacked him, right?
Yeah, you do.
Here we go.
Ah,
Oh man.
1 failure, 3 advantage.
All right. For the advantage, let's give him a setback on his next check, and I can pass a boost die to the next person to go.
All right. First NPC slot. He is going to take it. He is going to aim and then pounce at Connor again. Let's see.
Oof.
Oh my goodness. 2 failures, 4 advantage.
Just having a good old slap fight over here.
He is going to use 3 advantage to in range defense until the end of his next turn.
He's going to do what? You cut out for a second there.
He's going to take range defensive 1.
Okay.
And then he's going to pass a boost die on to his boss there. Who's going to go next and is going to take a swing at Aaron. Right, he did not have any
No.
other setbacks.
Next person has an upgrade against him.
1 success, 1 advantage.
Okay.
So you're looking at 9 damage, pierce 2.
Okay.
And he will also pass a boost onto his minion. Or
Okay, so 9.
underling.
I've got 5
9
soak,
pierce.
but he's got pierce 2. Okay.
Yep. As he just comes down with like an overhand chop.
Mm-hmm.
Would y'all rather have defense or attack bonuses?
We're onto your PC slots.
This is mostly to Jackson and Aaron, since Connor's too far away at the moment. So,
Give me a bonus on my attack this time.
Yeah, and I don't have a preference. That's fine.
okay. So, because I believe I'm in short range of both of them. Actually, I think I can get engaged with both of them if I'm correct. So,
Yeah, you're in the truck still. and Jackson is
that.
also in the bed of the truck, and I'm right outside of the truck. So
Okay, cool. So yeah, I will step out of the truck then, and my default targeting is going to be Aaron and Jackson, and maybe I can get some extra. We'll find out. Nope. Instead, I'm just going to get more threats.
oh man, four successes, 3 threats.
Well, what is all the rest of that stuff?
Yeah, why is it limited ammo inaccurate?
I don't know.
You probably had your weapon selected.
I did. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Yeah, it didn't do any of the other stuff though, so that's fine. So
yeah. Right.
All right.
so
you do get it on one person at least, and
so I get it on both people because one's free.
Okay.
I just don't get it on a third person.
yeah.
So both of you get an extra ability die, and you get to take your second maneuver for free.
Ooh, nice.
And then there's 3 threats. What do you want to do with those?
Looking at that right now.
Which with that free maneuver mean that you can like, if you're already in melee, you could like double aim.
Okay. You and all allied spellcasters in the encounter are going to add a setback die to attempts to cast spells until the end of your next turn again.
Yeah, I need that for my smites that never hit anything.
And the spell's not going to take effect until the start of the next round.
Okay.
So you cast a spell and energy gets disrupted again. And there's no effect at first.
Oh, all right.
So it'll take effect at the very beginning of next turn. Next rounds rather. Unfortunately. So we've got a PC slot.
Jackson, it's me and you left. Do you want to go now, or do you want me to go now?
Go ahead. I'll go last.
Okay. I'm going to kind of duck around. I'm not moving range bands, but I'm moving away from the truck and trying to keep its attention. And I'm going to use my talent challenge on the big armored guy. So once per encounter, your character may use this talent to choose a number of adversaries within short range, no greater than your character's ranks and challenge, until the encounter ends or your character is incapacitated. These adversaries add a boost to combat checks targeting me, and 2 setbacks to combat checks targeting anybody else.
And you're targeting?
I'm targeting, the big bad evil guy.
Okay, and that is an action. Okay.
Yes. That's my turn.
His head sort of... Initially, he didn't even follow you, because it was almost like as you sort of moved, his gaze snapped on Connor for a second.
Mm-hmm.
But then what do you shout at him? How do you challenge him? Like what?
Yeah, so I kind of dance behind him and see him looking the other way. And I say, "Smoky eyes, this way, you empty bag of metal. I'm right here."
And the head continues to turn.
And then spit at him.
And there's a growl from inside the helmet.
Mm-hmm.
Final PC slots.
Yeah, I'm going to try to hit him in his forehead. So I'm going to shoot at him.
Okay. You do have that white over there that is still looking mighty blasted.
Right. And that would be medium range for you.
Yeah, which one? Yeah. I don't know.
Don't
I
forget
think
the armored guy still has the upgrade on it. Because that still hasn't gotten used.
okay. Yeah, I'll go for the big guy.
From Aaron's smite before.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Nobody's attacked him since then.
No, not yet.
Short.
Yeah.
Yep. And you're gonna upgrade it once because you're firing into melee.
And how do I upgrade?
Just click on the die and change it to a red. Once you make your pool,
Who's he in melee
it's
with?
probably the easier way.
I'm in melee
wait.
with the big
Yeah.
bad evil guy.
Okay.
All right. It looks like it's already upgraded. But I think that's negatively because of he's engaged. Maybe. I'm not sure.
Yes, correct. I'm sorry. I said change a purple to a red. I meant change a green. Like click
To a
on a green
yellow.
die and then add a yellow die to the pool.
And it should have one of the upgrades should be automatic, but then it's also upgraded again because you're shooting into melee.
Right.
So 2 reds instead of a red and a purple.
Correct.
Yes.
If it's short range, it should be a red and a purple.
Yes.
Yeah. So you have a red and a purple for your difficulty, and then whatever your pool was for positive dice, change one of the greens to a yellow.
Okay, you got it there. Okay. 9. So 2
9
successes. There's 3.
And I've been kind of ignoring prepare. I forgot about it, but I mean I'm not taking maneuver, so assume
Okay.
that I'm taking maneuver to do
Okay,
that.
you stick another bolt in his side. Top of the round, the spell takes effect.
All right, so Dottie is going to maneuver closer to Connor, so that I'm at short range of Connor and Aaron, and is going to attempt to reinforce their armor.
Okay. Remember, you're adding a setback die to this.
Yep. I'm going to go ahead and spin the pointy thing because would really like to not disrupt the fabric of reality again.
Sure.
Okay, there we go.
What do we got?
So that's going to be 2 soak, 2 defense for both of y'all, and I can actually he's too far away still. I can actually go ahead and affect me too, just in case. So
Nice. 2 successes, 1 advantage. Good roll.
yeah,
Okay. Very nice.
Well done,
All right,
Donnie.
and that added defense to everyone?
yeah. So everybody except Jackson has 2 defense and 2 soak.
You mean Connor?
No, you got it.
Oh, I did.
Yep. He targeted Aaron and Connor, and then was
Nice.
able to also target himself with 1 advantage.
All right. The white who's still kicking is going to go again.
Hooray for that defense.
Right.
All right, so I'm adding 1 for the defense, right?
2 defense.
2 defense.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It lands another claw swipe on Connor across your midsection. You take 7 points of damage.
Take 1 point of damage.
Right.
Then the Dread Knight is going to go.
Mm.
He has a boost die to hit
Mhm.
Aaron.
He does, and then I have an additional 2 defense now on top of my normal 2 defense.
Yep. That's a lot of dice.
Oh,
Nice.
the magic holds. 1 failure, 2 threat.
Somehow, his body language
Mhm.
looks very frustrated at this point. As he just can't seem to land a blow on you, despite the fact that you're right in front of him. And he takes 2 points of strain. All right, we're on to a third PC slot.
So keep in mind that Aaron and Jackson get both of their maneuvers without strain, and you get an ability to die on whatever you do.
Nice.
You all can go. Connor will go last.
Okay. Jackson, do you want to go or do you want me to go?
Go ahead. I'll go after you.
Okay. So Aaron gets a nice firm grip on the halberd, and I'm going to take a swing at the Death Knight.
Okay.
You can spin maneuvers to aim for extra
Yep.
boost die.
Yeah.
You
Aim
could
twice
also,
and get 2 boost.
Yep.
or you could aim, attack, and then maneuver out of engage so that when Jackson shoots, doesn't get the upgrade.
Yeah. I'm going to aim.
There are viable options.
Right. Yeah. I'm going to aim once, swing at him, and then back up. And I have a setback that you passed me and a boost. And I'm going to spend a story point and upgrade.
Okay.
You have to make sure my thing gives you an ability die, not a boost die.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There we go. All right.
Could be a big pool too.
Yep. Okay. 2 successes and 1 advantage. That is a big pool.
What's the pierce again?
Hold on. Sorry.
I haven't. No, it's all right. I had
Pierce 3. Pierce 3.
Okay. You bring that halberd down across, like into his shoulder,
Mhm.
and just kind of you almost like cleave into the armor, as you and you jerk it out.
And I'm gonna say narratively that the momentum of pulling it back out has me stumble back, and I just continue to retreat back for that maneuver.
Sure. And what are you spending your advantage on?
I'm gonna pass a boost to the next PC.
Okay. All right. Third PC slot. Who would like to take it?
Take him down, Jackson.
Yeah. So Jackson, sitting unmolested, is like, this fool's not even treating me with some proper respect. I mean, here I am firing this bolt into his head, and he's not even taking me seriously. I'm gonna have to show him that this is a problem. Yeah, this is a bad choice of his. Hey, big guy, and he's gonna fire. He's gonna aim, and that's an ability dice. Is that all?
So the aim is a boost die. I give you an ability die.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. I think I got it set up right then. Yeah, so that's 10, and I'll pass a boost die to someone, as maybe I shift his attention a little bit.
10 pierce 3. Uh, bu- Okay, let me look at one thing real quick.
Mhm.
I'm going to spend a story point. Your bolt pierces straight through the back of this guy's helmet. And he begins to fall, but catches himself and stands up straight again.
Oh no. Oh no.
The purple fire in his eyes burning brighter as he turns and glares at Jackson.
Yeah,
Final
see, I
PC slot of
told
the
you.
round.
Yeah, I got to do that from my. That's from my smite before. I forgot to take the strain. Connor, you up? You have a boost from Jackson's
All
advantage
right.
just now.
Same thing. I'm going to take 2 strain to get a maneuver and move or 2 strain to load and take a maneuver to get into short range
Mhm.
on the white. And I got a boost and a setback, or was it an upgrade? I forget.
You got a
Last
boost.
time.
I think you only have
Sorry.
a boost now. I think
Yeah.
your other dice situations for you were resolved, so you have a boost
Okay.
now.
Okay. All right. So I think we're good. Go ahead and take a shot at this white.
Ah,
Oh my goodness.
the rolls tonight. 0 success, 2 advantage.
I'm going to take the advantage to say that when I moved, I found some sort of melee cover from, if that's possible.
Okay. So you're in cover.
Yep.
Round to the top and a PC slot.
Do you want to take another shot at him?
Yeah, I'll go once more.
There you go. Get him.
All right. This time I don't have to move, so I'm going to just reload.
Okay. And you're firing at the white?
Yep.
There we go.
Hit him.
1 success, 1 advantage.
The white falls as you put a bullet straight
Yes.
between the eyes.
You see a sigh of relief, and then I start to turn towards the big guy, and I'll go ahead and pass the boost die to the next person to go.
The Dread Knight, his gaze having not left Jackson, he stares at for half a second, looks back at Aaron,
Mhm.
and then steps on the hood of the truck. Then steps. I'm not going to give him a high ground bonus for this, but he
No, but,
steps
yeah.
onto the top of the truck,
Mm-hmm.
standing over Jackson, and is going to bring his blade down on you.
Okay. He has 2 setback from my challenge.
And did Jackson get
No.
the defense?
No.
Okay. I'm going to spend a point to upgrade.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Ooh. 0 successes, 1 advantage. and a triumph.
Let's see. What do I spend the triumph on? He's going to upgrade the difficulty of Jackson's next check as he's just gets up, in your grill, and he's just kind of he's like, he's just kind of hindering your ability to do anything right now. And we are to a second PC slot for round 4.
Anyone have anything they'd like to do?
I mean, other than kill this guy.
Actually, I'm sorry. No, that's it. Indomitable doesn't let him carry on. As he does that, that same phenomenon of the zombies falling apart seems to happen to him, where the armor sort of rattles for a second and then begins to just come apart. And when that happens, a gout of purple fire spreads out, and everybody within medium range, which should be everybody, I think, at this point, suffers 5 wounds. But
Okay.
everything else, every other undead that can be seen, there's some farther down the wall and everything, they all just crumble.
Okay.
Ooh.
And when we suffer wounds, there's no soak, right? You just take the wounds.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. As this burns in your soul. Strangely, there's no sound to it. Just the kind of clatter as the metal armor and bones drop to the sheet metal body of the truck.
Aaron kind of bellows out in pain and drops to a knee.
For a
You all-
moment, Connor, that pull and need for vengeance is satisfied. But then, the way this gate is sort of set up, there's like a wooden, I think, palisade is the best way to put it. And there must be a walkway on the other side, because a cloaked figure wearing deep purple and black robes with those same type of burning purple eyes stares out at the 4 of you for a moment, and you feel its gaze burn into you. And then with a flash, it disappears.
Connor breathes heavy and tries to refocus himself and starts limping towards the rest of the group.
Well, that is the session. After you guys sort of collect yourselves, you're able to move further into the town. there are a lot of dead, but there are many survivors that were seemingly going to be used as slaves. Mendon won't be the same again. This attack really sort of left its mark. But because of your intervention, it will survive.
That's pretty awesome.
That is really awesome.
Just barely. We stopped him just in time.
It was a good session.
That was a really good session. Thank you
We
guys.
enjoyed
And thank you, Tyler.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Yeah,
I don't
thanks a
know
lot.
what Jane Smith's plans. I think he's uploading it somewhere, but I am going to put it on the podcast feed. I don't know exactly when I'm going to release it. This is kind of sort of a bit of a teaser for
Mm-hmm.
the new campaign, so I might wait until the end of the current campaign to put this on my feed. I haven't really decided yet.
Yeah. Which, in all honesty, is not far off in the future at this point.
Yeah, a couple months.
Right.
Probably a couple months.
Right.
But before I dismiss Craig, is there anything any of you want to plug?
No, just thanks for having me. This was an awesome time to spend on a Friday night.
It's a good time.
Yeah, I've got a couple things. I mean, obviously, Tabletop Tales, What Comes After podcast. Whenever this decides to air, I'm sure we'll be in the second phase of that story. We've also got our Star Wars game, which runs monthly and is also posted on the podcast feed. And a lot of the players are also involved in live action Twitch game, twitch.tv/King Solveig. And you can watch us Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. We're currently playing 5th edition, The Curse of Strahd campaign, and it's a lot of fun. So come and check it out.
Anybody else got anything?
Yeah, sure. If you don't, I am. Sorry. I have a document in Drive-Thru RPG that is for Genesys. It is a critical injury supplement that's based discusses how critical injuries really impact gameplay narratively and mechanically, and then introduces has some location specific tables and a bunch of talents all critical injury focused. That's called it's called Critical Elements. And then if you happen to I have a Twitch stream at glassgeo_GG that at some point I'm going to be doing a Genesys game on. Right now it's mostly video game focused. So.
All right. I will send me a link to that. I'll try to remember to put a link in the episode description when I release. All right. And awesome. Anything else? Anybody got anything else they want to say? Plug, do yours.
This was a lot of fun. Yeah, I think for thanks for running it. Yeah, like I like your the world concept in general. So I'm interested in listening to the actual podcast now because
you're part in the world.
Right, and now you know 2 people who are on the cast too. You Tyler the GM and myself. I play Doc in the ongoing podcast, so check it out.
All right, if that's it, we're gonna wrap it up there.
Yeah, thank you everybody. Good game.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you much.
It was awesome. Thank you.